kind of a sad day for the show. We sent Matisse off. As a Sixers fan, it was sad to see Matisse go. But for the show, Teja's boy, Matisse Thybulle's no longer with us anymore, so we won't have Teja having to crap on him for shooting 32% from three.
Yeah,
so that's upsetting. But for those of you who don't know, we traded Matisse Thybulle to the Hornets for Jalen McDaniels and ducked the tax bill in the process. Daryl Morey actually spoke a little bit earlier, and he said we wanted to make sure we gave Doc as many two-way players as possible. McDaniels will be a little bit easier to keep on the floor in different matchups, is what he said. And as far as the tax bill, Morey said, I think as part of my job, I have to look at the bigger picture. We have a lot of guys we're going to re-sign. The moves we did both improved the team and made it easier to keep this team together going forward. So I just want to ask you guys, are you guys satisfied with the trades we made yesterday, or do you think there was some moves that we should have made that we did not make yesterday?
I mean, I guess it's, probably obvious that we probably have some other issues that we can address. But I don't think you want to just make that move without – it's just kind of hard because we don't really know what was offered. You know what I'm saying? Like what was available. This move, I think it was more of a we're not going to re-sign him. Let's kind of move on now, get a look at someone, and it was cheaper, so I think it was kind of a deal to be had. I think if McDaniels can come in and be a serviceable defender and he can make a three a game, you would call it an upgrade. And I guess that's how he's viewed, as a guy that can do that. So, I think that could kind of work. I'm not sure how he'll be played or who won't be played, because you still have that same dynamic as far as team and the setup of the team. He just one guy in, one guy out. So you still have the same rotation dynamics. So from that, that perspective, he can give an upgrade, but it has to be done. But on paper, it looks like an upgrade as far as what the Sixers need. I think people would say the backup center, but like I've said all along, it's not many minutes there to bring in a guy that we think is going to be very serviceable, unless you get in a guy that can play with Joel also and can spread the court and shoot a three. So those guys are hard to find.
We tried that with Horford. That worked out great.
Yeah, but Horford was coming in, Horford would have been great, but people looked at his salary. So his salary is what was the downfall.
Yeah.
If Al came in as a, guy that was released and he just got picked up, people would be like, oh, that's a great pickup.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about Jalen McDaniels, like independently on how he fits with our team? Are you a fan of Jalen McDaniels?
Yeah, I think he's for what you need. You got a guy that's long and can defend multiple positions, solid defender, and he's, from what was said or shown, he's an upgrade as far as a shooter. But it's a different dynamic that he's coming and playing with. That's the part you have to understand also. He's playing with he played with a free-flowing team that was moving the ball and running and young guys, and now he's coming in and he's not going to see that ball unless it's time to catch and shoot. That's different. We'll see. That's what I said. If he can make it through a game, I think it's successful. But it is different. It's different going to play with Joel and James and Maxey and Tobias and all these guys. Like, it's not the same. So to expect for him to be that same guy, like, we don't know. Like, we don't even know what his role is going to be. So hopefully it works out, but we really don't know.
Teja, thoughts?
Yeah, it's like Morey said, he was a hidden gem for them. I think he's up and coming. They They think they want to see him, what he can do on a better team. His 3-point percentage is pretty low, 32%. But there are a lot of people online attributing that to Ball being out most of the year. So his shots have not come easy, pretty much.
He'll get clean looks with us.
He'll get clean looks. So Ball less, but hopefully he'll be more efficient with his touches because he'll be more open. Yeah. I like it though. I mean, it gets us under that tax line. And I know people made a big deal about how we shouldn't be making moves depending on that, but that's a very today outlook. Morey's a future thinker, thinking about the next move, the next steps, and he's making this move to hopefully re-sign guys and have the money next year. So we still do have flexibility for this year for maybe a buyout guy, and I think McDaniels is a better offensive fit. Not just three. I think he's more capable in the 2-point land, in the paint. He's taller, he's longer. Probably not as good of a defender as Matisse, but serviceable. But they prioritized. He said, "Yeah, I wanted to make it easy for Doc to be able to have on the court." And Matisse, we just didn't trust offensively at all. We had no trust in him. So it's a guy they have a little more trust in offensively, and they think kind of like with DeAnthony Melton, they've hit a little underrated gem that's going to be better with us than he was at his prior team.
Yeah. It's always nice to see Charlotte Hornets fans when the opposing team fan bases are actually upset when a guy leaves, and the Hornets fans are really
totally.
I don't think anyone saw that coming, that he was a guy that was going to be moved.
No, they hated that deal, and we got 2 seconds out of it. Not as good as the second we gave, but we got 2 seconds out of it. So that's on top of a guy who's cheaper.
And Eric, talk to me about, because I feel like yesterday's trade deadline, I saw more second rounders being moved than I've ever seen before. And it seemed like teams are actually wanting second round picks all of a sudden. And during the process era, I remember we compiled these second round picks and people said, "Oh, you guys are compiling all these second round picks that nobody wants." Now it seems like we're in 2023. Everyone wants second round picks. I mean, it just seemed like an odd thing to me yesterday.
Well, a lot of the teams have made multiple moves, and I believe you can't trade your first round pick in consecutive years. Mm-hmm. So a lot of teams are running out of first round picks to move.
Yeah.
OKC has 80% of them for the next 10 years. So.
Yeah. So, and they only have a certain amount of spots, so they're going to have to move some of those picks too. So, you're seeing a lot more picks because second round picks are becoming so much more valuable. One, to move, but also with so many younger guys coming out and so many players that people are liking that are developing in the second round, and you got those extra spots that they added, and then you got the G League. So those spots are becoming a little more, important.
Yeah.
And like you said, Covenant, important because of the fact that you can make moves, and if people value those second round picks, then a lot of the second round picks can turn into first round picks.
Yeah,
especially with if you got to think also in the future years that high schoolers, it may not be an age limit anymore.
Yeah.
So getting those picks and bring guys in and being able to develop them, and it's just going to be more important. So,
hey, that 2029 Portland second rounder. I'm thinking that's going to be a real good one.
Yeah, hopefully we'll.
They got to go to 2029. I mean, they probably given away all the ones before then.
Yeah. And with Dame gone by then, that'll be maybe top 3 second rounder.
Yeah. It also shows, it highlights the tampering BS that we they took away our second round picks for the Daniel House and PJ Tucker signings. That kind of hurt us yesterday. So, I mean, we don't know for sure, but some people were saying that we could have made some more trades yesterday had we had those second round picks that they took from us. Damn NBA. That damn script.